Everyone, how are we doing today? Hope you're enjoying these daily discussions about what's going on in the financial news. Again, we do these because we're real estate investors. We are buy and hold investors. We are trying to figure out what's going on with cost of capital, access to capital, and of course, the consumers. The consumers are important for us to follow because they are, frankly, our biggest competition. They can get loans with less down. They typically can get loans at lower rates. So that's what we're doing. That's why I look at the financial news every day. It's not for the headlines. It's not for the scary numbers. I'm trying to figure out what is going to be going on with individual consumers. And it's been a while since I've been surprised by a number. And as you saw, if you didn't see, you'll see in the headline of this video, it's all about one of the 30 or so articles I read this morning. Apparently, mortgage applications to buy a home went up 12% week on week. That shocked me, like really shocked me. And when you dig into the data, it looks like it's up in California, up in Washington, and up in New York. Again, these are week on week numbers. I won't get really excited until it's kind of a trend, meaning at least a second or third week. But in a world of seeking green shoots, seeking, other things, to think about mortgage apps to buy a home up in California, up in Washington, up in New York, that that surprised me. I'm not. I mean, that I read. I had to read it to make sure I was not reading fake news. So, as I thought about that, this could be a validation of what D.R. Horton said Monday. Morning, Justin. D.R. Horton said Monday in their earnings call that they had seen a spike. Good morning, Pharrell. In buyers the last week. And to me, it was one of those throwaway comments. It's about a CEO or maybe it was a CFO. I forget who made it. But to me, it was one of those throwaway comments where an executive is trying to paint a slightly better picture, right? It's going to get better, which I don't judge them for, but I've seen enough of these to go, okay, throw that comment away. Now I have to ask myself, maybe that wasn't a throwaway comment. Maybe we are seeing consumer behavior change because again, those are the things I'm looking for. That's why I look every day because I try to find little pivots or little inflection points where consumer behavior is changing. So when I look at that, and again, now we have a couple of data points, right? D.R. Horton said, and then validated by this week on week mortgage demand. Maybe we do have some tenants who were legacy renters go, you know what? Enough of this renting. We're going to buy. That's the only thing I can think of is where would the demand be coming from? If you have ideas on this, please let me know. The only one I can think of is are renters of homes or probably apartments. I really think it's apartments. If you're renting an apartment now and you've had to shelter in place for 40 or 45 or 50 or 60 days, you're kind of tired of that. You see your friends and all of that with their backyard barbecues and movie nights outside and all of that, and you're like, shoot, I wish I could do that. Why am I stuck in this 6 or 8 or 900 square foot 2-bedroom apartment? So I don't know this for sure. I'm not sure we will ever know for sure, at least not soon. So, but I'm guessing that this spike in mortgage applications to buy is coming from the high-end apartment owners who are like, you know what, that's enough. And again, this would be first-time buyers. These will probably be what is often referred to as millennials who are now, approaching or over 30. They're buying a home. They've had enough. And again, I can't think of anything else. But this is good news, I guess, right? I don't know if it's good news. It's not good news if you own Class A apartments, that's for sure. Because you're going to lose some of your tenants that you were counting on. But Yeah, that again, that data surprised me. So again, back to what's really going on, kind of the numbers we expected. Pending home sales for March down 20, basically 21%, which should be really frightening to you and I because again, March was only bad for 2 weeks, right? March was a normal month for 2 weeks. So to see pending home sales down 21% in a 14-day period, not good. In the West, down 27%. All these agents talking about the real estate market's fine, the real estate market's fine. No, it's not. Pending sales are down 27% in the West, 21% nationally. Yes, you can have some hot spots, and if your home is priced well and below market or below the median, it could sell. But it is very, very clear that the high end is bad, like really, really bad. It's again, it's like real estate agents don't know that we've been doing this a while. The other point of the article is pending home sales are down 21%, but pricing holding steady. I've been telling you for a long time that prices are sticky on the way down. Sellers remember yesterday, buyers want tomorrow, and we are in that little gray period where we are figuring out who is winning. Yeah, talking about price is not the right thing to do just yet. We've got months ahead of us to struggle through this. So, but yeah, 21% down. Who knows what it's going to be in April? 50% down. It's ugh. Yes, I agree. High-end homes, maybe above $1 million, could be interesting to see some creative options. Prices holding steady. You think the crash is over? Oh, that's interesting. I hope that was a joke. Uh, Next up, Alphabet. Alphabet came out. Google came out and said that they basically had the tail. Yeah, good. I was hoping you were kidding. I was hoping you were kidding. Alphabet was talking about early signs of search coming back. Alphabet talked about, Google again talked about kind of the tale of two quarters. I think they said it was, what was it, 8 weeks of normal and then 4 weeks of abnormal. So it's interesting. Their stock's up today. It was up $100 when I saw it earlier. Um, I'm not convinced. But again, what do I know? I'm not in the market. I just think that April's going to prove to be worse than the last 2 weeks of March. I think maybe March kind of trailed off and I don't know. So again, I think the question for me with Google is, where's the bottom? Is April the bottom or is May? That's what I'm thinking right now. But I was intrigued that they're taking cost cutting measures and things of that nature to balance the numbers. So again, the other thing that I learned about Google in listening to their earnings announcement was search is one of those things that can be turned on and off real fast. There's not a lot of pre-buys and things of that. Um, wow, Carnival Cruise. Oof, talk about risky bet there. Gilead. Oh, let's go first. U.S. GDP came in at negative 4.8%, which again is shocking to me. That 3 bad weeks of March could have us down nearly 5%. That just tells you how fast and quick this hitting that wall, right? We turned off 30% of our economy or more, and it hit 4.8% in Q1. So there's no question we will be in a recession because Q2 will be negative, and at this point, Q3 probably will be negative. So we'll see. It's not good out there. Gilead did have some relatively good news if you're looking for it. There was a leak, I guess, by China on some trials that they did that were not what you and I would call a trial that we would expect from, that was negative news a week or so ago. They came out today with their search. Again, 397 patients. They didn't do a clinical trial where there's a placebo, but again, they did test a 5-day treatment and a 10-day treatment, and they were basically even. So that helps a supply problem that people are thinking about. And again, they had a 50% plus survivor rate, which again, these are the sickest of sick people. So it's getting to a point where you need this treatment, it's not good. You wouldn't wish that on anyone. But if you're going to get there, you might as well have a coin flip to help out. So it's better news. Starbucks is interesting. Again, they talk about how they are addressing it in China because it's been going on for 15 weeks. Um, yeah, yeah, exactly. We'll see. Uh, Learning what's going on in China for 15 weeks, in the US for 8. It's going to be interesting. They talked about a fall in Q1, which is to be expected. I guess I got a question for you because now every time I went to Starbucks, I always got my drink and left. Um, I'm wondering how much stuff would go on if you stay at Starbucks, and then how long are the lines going to be, right? Are you looking forward to go back and get your latte and all of those things? So I'm just curious about that. Boeing, man, Boeing is not having any luck at all. They're going to start laying off people. They're going to whack 10% of their employees, 16,000 jobs. They burned $4.13 billion in cash. They're talking about aviation not coming back for 5 years. Man, Boeing just crushed. GE not doing well. Lots of airline stuff going on. Um, Plenty of luck. All of it's bad. Good point. They're having all kinds of luck. It's just bad luck. That was good. That made me laugh. Um, Q2 is going to be worse. It's just not good. I will be looking after hours today. Today's a big day for tech. Microsoft, Facebook, Tesla. Um, it'll be interesting. I'm nervous about Tesla and Facebook. Microsoft will be fine, cloud business and all of that. But it'll be interesting to see what's going on. Yeah, the stock market's up. Last I checked was 400 points. What's happening, I'm pretty convinced, is the Fed is buying ETFs. I don't know that they can say that, but they're also pumping trillions of dollars. There is such a huge disconnect between the stock market and Wall Street. But again, if you're in the market, who cares, right? Who cares who's buying? Take the money, right? So I don't know. Again, mortgage apps are up. We talked about that to gain. So that's what I got for you today. I guess the last thing to point out is refis are down because, while purchases are up 12%, was that what it was? Yeah, 12%. Refis are down because they're more expensive, meaning rates are going up. They're taking longer, and banks really don't want to do them, right? So it's an interesting time, but I'm going to be looking forward to the after hours today with Microsoft, Tesla, and Facebook. We'll see what they have to say. I was again shocked, as the title of this video says, that home buyer applications, mortgage apps, were up 12% week on week. I think there's something there for us to kind of dig into. So I'm going to keep doing that. All right, everybody, enjoy your day. Take care of yourself.